The main intention of this video is if you don't know Bootstrap at all, then what is the point of teaching you Python Django CRUD operation in Bootstrap? So in this video, we are going to see Python Django CRUD operation without using Bootstrap. I'm going to walk you through step by step. Please don't skip, watch till the end. If you find this video helpful, please take a second to hit that like button and subscribe. If you understand this video or if you don't understand this video, please let me know in the comment section down below. Right click on the desktop, create a new folder and give a name to it. I'm going to give it as Python 2. Open that folder. Again create another folder and rename it as your wish, but I'm going to name it as Django project. Next click on this address bar. Press home button, type cmd, give a single space and hit enter. This will open command prompt. First you need to install virtual environment. For that command is pip install virtual env. Next we are going to create virtual environment. Virtual environment means it is an isolated space. To create virtual environment we need to type python -m venv space virtual environment name. Here it is stenv. As you can see here, stenv virtual environment has been created successfully. After that we need to activate virtual environment. Type the virtual environment name /scripts/activate and then press enter. You can also take the help of tab key. As you can see here, our stenv virtual environment is activated. You can take the help of tab key to autocomplete. This command is used to check currently installed packages. But as of now in this virtual environment there are no packages installed. So we are going to install Django. For that the command is pip install Django. For this command you need to have an internet connection. As you can see here, the Django installation is going on. Again we are going to type pip freeze command and hit enter. As you can see here, there are 4 packages that are currently installed in our virtual environment stenv. Next I'm going to type dir command. Next I'm going to use cd command to change directory to Django project folder. Once the directory is changed to Django project, we need to type Django admin start project name. Here the project name is star health. And then press enter. Again I'm going to type dir command. Now you can see the star health project has been created. Again I'm going to use cd command to change directory to star health project folder. Now we are inside our project folder star health. Next I'm going to type code single space dot. This will open up our project in Visual Studio Code. I'm going to close this get started tab. Here we can see our main project app. Next we are going to create another app in the star health project. For that we are going to type python manage.py start app name. In our case it is customers. And hit enter. Now as you can see here, the customers app has been successfully created. I'm going to expand this star health, which is our main app, main project app, and this is our customer app. Now I'm going to create a new file called urls.py. And again I'm going to right click on customers and create a new file which is nothing but forms.py. Again, I'm going to create a new folder named as templates. Under this templates, I'm going to create another folder called CS. Under templates, I'm going to create one more folder called JS, JavaScript, and one more folder called images. And I'm going to create a file under this templates. Right click, click new file. I'm going to type it as customers.html. And one more file under templates named as edit.html. As of now, we have added templates folder, CS folder, images folder, JavaScript folder, customers.html file, edit.html file, forms.py, and urls.py. Next, click on settings.py. Whenever we create a new app, that needs to be added in installed apps of settings.py file. I am going to add this customers app in settings.py installed apps. Next, I am going to save all the changes. In dirs templates in settings.py, we need to add the path of templates folder that we have created in customers app. The path is like this: os.path.join base directory, templates folder. I already have this path, so I'm going to copy it and paste it here. What we have done is, this template's name we have mentioned in base directory path. Scroll up. As we have imported path, we also need to import OS. Otherwise, we will receive error. At this moment, we have added the template path and imported OS. Again, I'm going to save all the changes. Now let us briefly look at Django flow. User will interact with web browser. He will type an URL request and hit enter. That URL request will come to URL mapping. From URL mapping, it will go to views. Views are nothing but functions. Functions will interact with models. Models will interact with the database and fetch the related data, and that related data will be given back to views. Views will render that data on the templates. Templates will display the result on the web browser, and user will see the result. And this is how Django flow works. When it comes to URL mapping, there are two types. One is main project URL, another one is app URL. Star Health is the main project app, and here is its urls.py. And here is the urls.py, which belongs to customers app. Click on main project urls.py. In main project app urls.py, we are going to add a path. Type path bracket open single quote customers / single quote close, comma. We have imported path. Along with path, we need to import include. Next, in the path, type include bracket open single quote customers.urls single quote close, and close all the brackets. And don't forget to include comma at the end of each path line. I am going to save all the changes. From main app urls.py, we are redirected to customers app urls.py. Next, click on customers app urls.py. I already have the code ready, so I'm going to copy it and paste it here to save time. As I have told you before, URLs are connected to views, so we are importing customers app views here, and we are also importing path from Django URLs. Views are nothing but functions. Those function names are specified in these URLs. It is like when a specific URL is requested, that particular function is triggered. Here we have three paths. One is empty, The second one is for the delete, and the third one is for edit. When the URL is blank or empty, customers function in the views will be triggered. When the URL is for delete request, delete name function in the views will be triggered. When the URL is for edit request, edit name function in the views will be triggered. Now I'm going to save all these changes. As per Django flow, URL mapping is done. Now we will look at views. In customers app, click on views.py. I have the code, so I'm going to copy it and paste it here. From Django shortcuts, we are importing render and redirect. From Django HTTP, we are importing HTTP response. From customers.models, we are importing customers list. From customers.forms, we are importing customer form. From Django contrib, we are importing messages. Actually, this is not required. In this customers function, we are performing insert operation and read operation. If request.method is equal to post, then we are performing insert operation. We are going to validate the form and we are going to save the form. Once the form is saved, we are going to redirect it to customers.html. Otherwise, if request.method is not equal to post, then we are going to read all the data. We are going to read all the data from the database and render it on the customers.html page. Again, I'm going to save all these changes. Next, these two functions I will explain later. Views are nothing but functions. Functions will interact with models. So we will see models now. In customers app, click on models.py. I already have the code, so I'm going to copy it and paste it here. I'm going to save all. As I told you, models will interact with database. So we are importing models from DjangoDB. Models will interact with the database. So from DjangoDB, we are importing models. I will make it simple for you. Models are nothing but tables. Okay. Here I have created a class called customer list and we are using models from model class. Name is a column name, so we are typing models.char field whose maximum length is 50 characters, and mobile is another column name and we are typing models.char field whose maximum length is 15 characters. Diff str self, this will display the objects as something always in the admin interface. I'm going to save all. When working with models, we also work with forms. So in customers app, we are going to click on forms.py. I already have the code, so I'm going to copy it and paste it in forms.py. When working with forms, we import forms from Django and from customers.models. From customers app models, we are importing customer list. See, when we go to models.py, we have a class called customer list. This customer list we are using in forms.py. Here we are importing customer list class from models.py. I have created a customer form class here in which we are specifying the models.py class. Here model is nothing but the table name and field is nothing but the column name. That is what we are specifying here. Model is equal to customer list and fields is equal to name, mobile. Again, I'm going to save all these changes. Models will interact with the database and it will fetch the required data and give it back to views. Views will render that data onto the templates, and we are going to look at templates now. In Customers app, we are going to click on customers.html file. I already have the code, so I'm going to copy it and paste it into customers.html file. We are not using any bootstrap code here. This is just a simple HTML code with Jinja 2. In this HTML, we are using Jinja block content, div class is equal to container, one break line, form method is equal to post, and we are using CSRF token for security, and we are having two input fields along with placeholders. One is for name and another one is for mobile. We are using two break lines for each input field, and we have one submit button and labeled it as add customers, and we are going to close the form, one more break line, and we are having one more div class container, this container for tables. Table class, thead class, tr stands for table row. In this table row we have table headings like name, mobile, edit and delete. We are going to close the thead, and we are going to open the tbody. In this tbody we will have Jinja for loop. For object in all cust. This all cust is coming from views.py customers function. All cust will retrieve or read all the records from the database. Next we have a table row. In that table row we have table data. In that table data we are reading object name from all cust and object.mobile from all cust. And we are having a one href link for edit and one more href link for delete. We will close tr, we will end the for loop, we will close the tbody, close table, close the div, and close the end block and close the body and close the HTML. Now I am going to copy and paste the already existing code into edit.html under templates folder of Customers app. In edit.html we are using block title, and I have given the title as edit required fields, and we are going to end the block title. And we are opening the block content. Inside the block content we have div class is equal to container and break line. Form method is equal to post and class is equal to row. Again we are using CSRF token for security. I have used a label here, but I have not given any name for it. We have two input fields here. One is for name and another one is for mobile. In the placeholder we are using name underscore object dot name, and for value also we are using the same. This name underscore object is coming from views.py edit name function. This name underscore object contains already existing name based on the id passed to the edit name function in views.py. And same goes for name underscore object dot mobile. This will fetch the already existing mobile number into this input field. And finally we have the submit button, and I'm going to rename it as updated details. It should be update details. And then we are going to close the form, close the div and close the end block content. And finally I'm going to save all the changes. Now I'm going to explain this delete function. For this delete name function we are passing request comma name underscore id. We are going to fetch already existing record from the customer list based on the primary key equal to name id, and we are going to store it in the name variable. For this name variable we are applying delete function, and we are going to delete that particular name. Once the name gets deleted, we will be returned and redirected to customers.html page. Now we are going to look at edit function. For this edit underscore name, we are going to pass request comma name underscore id. If request dot method equal to post, then we are going to retrieve already existing record from the customer list based on primary key equal to name underscore id, and we are going to store that in name variable. We are going to pass this name variable as instance to the customer form, and we are going to validate the form. If the form is valid, then we are going to save the form. Message.success, you don't have to consider this line because we are not dealing with bootstrap in this tutorial. Once the form is saved, we will be returned and redirected to customers.html. If request.method is not equal to post, then we are going to retrieve the already existing record from the customer list based on the primary key equal to name underscore id. Then we are going to store that result in name underscore object. We are going to pass this name underscore object as dictionary to the render function. The render function will render the request along with the name underscore object in the edit.html page. Finally, we are left with one thing, that is admin.py. We need to register the customer list class of models in admin.py, otherwise we will receive error. I already have these 3 lines of code, so I'm going to copy it and paste it in customers admin.py file. From customers.models, we are going to import customer list and we are going to register the customer list class in admin.py file. And finally, we are going to save all the changes. Now we are going to make migration. For that, we need to type python manage.py make migrations and hit enter. Next, we need to type the migrate command. For that, we need to type python manage.py migrate and hit enter. Now, as you can see, migration is in progress. Once the migration is done, we need to run the server. For that, we need to type python manage.py run server and hit enter. Now we are going to copy this URL, paste it in web browser and hit enter. Here homepage will not work. As you can see, page not found 404 error. Only the admin URL and customers URL will work. First we will check the admin URL. Boom, the admin URL is working. Next we will check customers URL. Boom, the customers URL is also working. Next, in CRUD operation, we are going to create or insert a record. I'm going to type the name and mobile number, and then I'm going to click on add customers button. Here we are performing 2 operations. One is we are creating or inserting record. Second one is we are retrieving the record from the database and displaying it in unformatted table. In CRUD operation, we have created the record and we are also reading the record. I am going to add few more records. Now we have 3 records and we are going to perform update operation. For that, I'm going to click on edit button. I'm going to make changes to the name by adding initials. And then I will click on update details button. Boom, the name is updated and our update operation is also successful. In Python Django CRUD operation, we are going to see the delete operation now. I'm going to click on this delete link. This record will be deleted. Boom, the record is deleted. We have created the record, we have updated the record, we have deleted the record. But what about read operation? Read operation is nothing but we are retrieving the data from database and displaying it in this unformatted table. Finally, the result that is rendered on the templates will be visible to the user on the web browser. And this is how we do Python Django CRUD operations without Bootstrap. Thanks for watching.